and Felicia
Cipolla.
Cipolla, okay. And Josh Marble just came in, and he has the film that's coming up next. I'll let them tell a little bit about themselves. They can talk about whatever they want with film, and you can ask them questions.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Shelly. I'm originally from Mexico. This year, the film that's here in the festival, I wrote it, produced it with my producing partner, and I star in it. And I live in LA. I am a producer and an actress. The writing thing I like, but I don't mind telling other people's stories, so it's not my thing. But mainly producing and acting. And I've been doing this for full time for about 6 years, and I'm incredibly in love with it.
All right, hi, my name is Felicia Cipolla. I'm an actress. The film that I star in is called Madge and Marsi. It world premiered last night. A huge milestone for me. It was the first, thank you. It was the first time I saw myself as a lead on a screen this big. I've done like a lot of extra work and minor roles, but to see myself as a lead on a screen this big in the theater of this caliber was just so emotional. And Shelly knows this. I'm really gonna blame it on her because I was leading last night and I was trying to hold it together until I got to the car, and she stopped me and was like, "How do you feel?" And almost as soon as she said it, I started crying because it was such an emotional experience. I'm the only one from our cast and crew here because of COVID and work, etc. And I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm from Berkeley, California originally. I lived in LA for a year. Madge and Marsi was actually filmed in the Bay Area in Oakland, and a few months ago I moved to Atlanta. So I'm currently based in Atlanta. I'm still auditioning and working, and I'm just so grateful to be here, and also to have my film amidst just such amazing selections in this film festival.
Well, you were bringing the West Coast to the East Coast,
Yeah.
California. I guess my name is Josh Marble. I am the director and producer of a feature that we'll be showing after this called Taking the Fall. I'm also an actor as well, SAG actor working on both sides of the camera, but for this particular project I got contacted by the guy who wrote it. It was actually very, very secretive. Like, it was through another contact, and he goes, "Hey, like, do you want to go grab some coffee?" I was like, "Is that like code for something?" Because I mean, no. So we just like, he's like, "Yeah, just meet me for coffee." I was like, "About what?" He goes, just meet me. He goes, "This is my buddy. Will you make his movie?" I was like, "I don't know. Is it for San Fernando Valley? Like, what are we doing here?" For those who don't get that, that's a certain industry that I don't do.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. No. So pretty much got this script, and we're like, yeah, let's try it. So we dove into this film, and yeah, it happened very quickly. I think we started pre-production and then went from pre-pro to shooting in like 3 months.
Oh, wow.
And it was for a feature because he just wanted to get it done. And then we had 8 days to shoot the feature. So shot the entire thing in 8 days, and I didn't sleep for like 2 weeks. I actually don't even remember most of it. So, but yeah, it was a really cool experience. Like, if anything, for me, it was like the amazing cast we got to work with, the amazing crew we got to work with, and just seeing what we did in 8 days was just like, all right, that was fun. I'm gonna go sleep for like 3 months. So, and I edited the film too. So, yeah. We didn't have a budget. I had to do it all.
I mean, that is unheard of. Like, just for some perspective, Madge and Marsi was it's 18 minutes running time. We shot that in 3.5 days. So the fact that he did all that in 8 days is insane.
I gotta ask you, how did it feel? Because you said you did a lot of like extra stuff, but honestly, what was it like for you having that experience last night?
I was telling Jerry, I did not breathe last night. So the film block was from 9 to 11, and I think Madge and Marsi was the second to last film. I was sitting midway through there, and I was not breathing. I had to keep telling myself, relax, breathe, and I don't know exactly what it was. I think it was more excitement than nervousness, or maybe like a little bit of both. But I guess y'all can relate, but it's something that I have dreamt about for so many years. And industry is not. I mean, everybody says it's not easy, but it is not easy. It's even harder than you might think it is. And especially during this pandemic.
stop us.
We'll live there forever.
Hey, yeah, I'd like to know each of your perspectives on what you think your personal character traits are that made you pursue this career and eventually will make you become successful.
That's a great question.
That's right.
For me, I think since I was very little, and this is from family accounts that I don't remember, I always loved, my imagination is very active. So the ability to go into a world that is not mine and have an emotional impact through it, it has always been huge with me. I did a lot of theater when I was younger. And then I was telling Felicia in the morning, I am good, Latino or Mexican fashion. You need to study something that's real. So it's not, the arts. So I went into biology. Eventually I jumped into psychology, loved it, but finished that, and I kept doing theater plays and stuff on the side. And as soon as for me, it was as soon as I finished that, immediately, all right, this is what I'm doing for real. Like, this is the ability to tell stories and to portray humanity is, I don't know, it's just something that I feel incredibly drawn towards. And in terms of making it, whatever making it means, like for each of us, but in terms of making it, I think you have to be resilient. There's so much rejection, and everything moves so slowly until it doesn't, that if you don't really believe that this is for you, it's very hard. Also, I believe in education and learning. So I do believe that training and working and trying things out is important. A lot of people that I've met in the last few years, at least from my experience in LA, a lot of them don't understand, at least acting, as something that requires education. And I always say, well, a surgeon won't pick up a scalpel and say, I'm a doctor, a random person. So as an actor, you can just take headshots and call yourself an actor. I have a great respect for the craft. I think, being resilient. Out of everything, I think that's the biggest thing.
Okay, so I need to repeat the question for you too, or you think you got it?
Sure. For me, I mean, like, I've always just had a very active imagination is like the simple answer, but I believe that there is, I mean, it's almost like a Disneyland effect to me. Like the power of imagination doesn't have an end. And I think about Walt Disney's like, he was one guy who had an idea, but his idea spawned so much more creation and so much more imagination and play. And just the ability to utilize something so fun and engaging and beautiful and moving and impactful is something that always appealed to me. And just being able to use it as stories, because storytelling is the oldest, it's been around since the dawn of time, whether it was on cave paintings or over campfires, whatever, people always tell stories, and it's shaped the world that we live in and the history that we've had, and can shape the future that we will have. So for me, having a voice and an ability to play in a playground that can be super fun and entertaining and exciting and just like, adrenaline pumping, or very meaningful and impactful and inspiring, like it's genuinely something that I love. And just the power of storytelling, like whether you're an actor or a writer or a director, like it all comes together to tell a story. And to me, there's nothing more meaningful than a story, because a story is everything around us. It literally shapes the world that we live in. So if I can be a part of that, that's something that I want to do, whether it's as an actor or a director. Now, for my specific style, because I'm an actor, I direct like an actor. I very much work with the actors, making sure that they have a very deep-rooted understanding of their characters, because the one thing that I like, this is an opportunity you're being given to tell a story, but if you don't have a relationship to that story, it's never gonna impact people, it's never gonna matter to people. So my specific, I guess, niche in it is directing it as though I'm acting in it, and having that understanding of the story as if it is truly a real world to me, and making sure that everyone around there has that. So that's probably what's gonna be my leg up, and it is some cool bit of feedback I've gotten is that I think of everything from an actor's perspective. So because an actor, and they can speak to this, if you don't have a complete understanding of every part of the world, it will never be real for you, and will never show up real for anyone else. So as a director, it's the same thing for me. If I don't understand every part of the world and how to tell that story, obviously with the resources you have, it's not gonna be as impactful as it can be. So that's kind of what my, I don't wanna say skill set, because I think everybody has that, but that's what I focus on, is really using the acting side to bring the story to life through the whole filmmaking process.
For me, I think back to when I first got this entertainment bug, and I think I was maybe 14, 15, and America's Next Top Model had, I think, just started running, and when I was a teenager, I was so interested in it, and I wanted to model, but my dad and my stepmom, it was something that was never encouraged, was discouraged. They, it was like, oh, you're not gonna be a model. And so when I first began in the entertainment industry, I was in college, I think I was 19, and I started doing runway modeling, and also I did photography as well, and it was just so exhilarating to be on the runway. I loved it. I had so much fun, and then I ended up finishing my undergrad degree. I finished valedictorian, so I was very focused on academics, and I went to law school. And when I was in law school, I didn't really know what kind of law I wanted to practice, but I still had that entertainment bug. And I was like, oh, well, you can be an entertainment lawyer. And I remember going to a seminar, and there was one of the top graduates had just graduated. She was an entertainment lawyer, and she told us she had worked 7 days in a row for 7 weeks straight. And when she said that, not only was it scary, but also I'm like, Felicia, you don't want to be an entertainment lawyer, you want to entertain. And you're not too old to do it, so here's the time to do it. So at that moment, I took a quick trip to Miami, and I really kind of had some conversations with myself, and modeling is my first love, but I said, if you want to take this seriously, you need to consider acting. And I dropped out of law school, and I moved back to California and started taking acting classes. And to specifically answer your question, I think what really caught me was the necessity and ability to be emotional as an actor, or as an actress. You have to be very open-hearted, you have to be very in touch with your emotions. In modeling, I feel like it's almost the opposite. Like, you're supposed to just be straight faced, and it's more about the clothing, or the bags, or the shoes, or whatever. When I went to my first couple acting classes, and had that ability to be vulnerable, to be very honest about how I felt and how the character felt, I was just hooked. I was hooked, and I felt like this is, I can't say the only, but maybe one of the only industries where it's encouraged to be emotional. Shelly and I had coffee earlier, and we were talking about how we're both empaths, and I think a lot of artists are and have to be empaths, where you can feel everything, feel every emotion that somebody's going through, and as an actor or actress, you have to also be able to portray it. So for me to just find an industry, find a vocation where that's encouraged and actually is necessitated